We are starting with paper 2, O-level math paper 2, October, November 2023, variant 21. Let's look at the first question. Now we are starting at 224. Let me just write 225, round it up to the next integer. And let's look at the first question. The question says the population of a town is 36400. 23% are aged 18 and under. Work out the number of people in the town aged over 18. So basically, there are two categories. That is, 23% are below a certain age. Therefore, 77%, they are above a certain age. So what we do over here, we calculate 77% of the town population. So 77% of 36400. Naturally, we will use a calculator. And this value comes out to be 28028. We leave the answer in the exact form. Let me go back and emphasize on this. When it says give non-exact numerical answers, they should be given correct to 3 significant figure. And a special scenario is that of angles in degrees, that is given to 1 dp. That means exact answers should be given as it is. Whether it's 1 SF or 5 SF, it doesn't make a difference. So that is exact. Now, first they were talking about a town. Now they are talking about a village. The ratio of the ages of population is under 18, 18 to 60, over 60, that is 4:11:5. There are 890 people aged over 60. So over 60, we have 890 people. Work out the total number of people in the village aged 60 and under. That means these two categories are joined together. That is, under 18 and 18 to 60 is basically below 60. So therefore, there is a category below 60. There is a category over 60. How many people in ratio form are over 60? That is 5. And 4 plus 11 is 15. So this is 15:5, which can also be written as 3:1 in the simplest form. So now 890 people are aged over 60. So this is 60 over here. What is the people belonging to this group? Let me write this as W. So this is basic cross multiplication. 3 into 60 is W into 1. And this is 3:1. 5 ones are, 5 threes are, that is good. And this is not 60, this is 890. 60 is the age group. My bad. So let me just correct this thing. So therefore, this is 890 over here. And all of a sudden, I was looking at how come it's becoming so small. So this is 3 into 890. That is 2400 plus 270. So therefore, this comes out to be 2670. That is the number of the people in the village age 60 and under. And just on the sidelines, if they would have asked the total population of the village, so that would simply be 890 plus 2670, and that would be the total population if and when they would have asked for it. Now let's move on. Now it's talking about a city. In 2015, the population of a city was this. In 2020, the population is this. There is a decrease. So that decrease is how much? That is 678. We take the positive value, 702,800 minus 678,202. That is the decrease. Now the original population, the population in the past is 2015. Calculate the percentage decrease in the population from this to this year. So we divide by the original number, that is 702,800. And let me take this thing over here because I'm running short of space. So let me go back, and this goes like this. And then what do? Is that we multiply by 100. and that is the percentage decrease. So decrease divided by the original into 100, and this value is coming out to be 3.5%. The percentage sign is already there. Now, in C part 2, that means it's related to C. It's related to the city. The population of the city increased by 12% between 1980 and 2015. So 1980 versus 2015. If the population was 100 in 1980, it becomes 112 because of a 12% increase. Calculate the population in 1980. Let the population be capital P. And in 2015, the population is this much. That is 702,800. That's written above. Again, cross multiply. So P into 112 is 100 into 702,800. Make P the subject. That is 100 into 702,800 divided by 112. And then you get the answer. This answer comes out to be exact 627,500. So this is 627,500. That's the answer for this. So this is question number 1, part A, related to town, part B, related to village, part C, related to a city. Now, this is related to countries. It's growing in size. The table below shows the population and areas of some countries. So this is population, this is areas. All the units are in kilometers square. This is population, but the standard form, they don't all have the same power. So before I proceed, I need to make sure that they all have the same power. So there are 2 with a power of 6. So let me convert 3.92 into 10 to the power 5. I can write this thing as 0.392 into 10 to the power 6. So I've converted it. So that will become 3.92, double check. And over here, if I write it with 10 to the power 6, so the 2 zeros will go over here. That is 163 into 10 to the power 6. So this is 163 now. This is 1.54 now. This is 0.392. This is 5.30. They all have a power of 6. So now this is all good. Work out how many more people live in Bahrain than in Maldives. So for the first part, if I try, so this is Bahrain versus Maldives. So this is 1.54 minus 0.392. And when I do the subtraction, what do I get? This comes out to be 1.148. Since the powers are already the same, so therefore, this is basically times 10 to the power of 6. This is times 10 to the power 6. It's already in the standard form. 1.148 into 10 to the power 6. Remember, A times 10 to the power n, that's the standard form. A has to be lesser than 10. It could be greater than or equal to 1. That is the standard. The second part, that is about population density, is the number of people per square kilometer. That means take the population divided by this thing. That is called the population density. So now what do we do over here? Let's divide. So we have to use a calculator. And this is 163 10 to the power 6. 163 into 10 to the power 6 divided by this thing, 148 into 148 and 3 zeros. This is for Bangladesh. Then it's for Bahrain. That is 1.54 10 to the power 6. 1.54 10 to the power 6 divided by 760. And we have to show the whole calculation. Which of these countries has the highest population density? Show how you decide. The third one is 0.392 into 10 to the power 6. The third one is 0.392 into 10 to the power 6 divided by the area. That the area of Maldives is 298. So this is Maldives. This is Bangladesh. And the last one is Lebanon. So in Lebanon, it's 5.30 10 to the power 6, 5.30 into 10 to the power 6 divided by 10400. So when we do the calculation, we are getting 4 values, and those 4 values I have written over here. I have calculated it. The first one is 1100. You can also double check it. The second one is 2030. The third one is 1320. The fourth one is 510. Now let me again grab my calculator. Let me look at the mean values. So therefore 163 divided, my bad, 163 divided by 148. That is this thing, that's good enough. And this next one, these are rounded off values, so it doesn't make a difference. 1.54 divided by 760. Yes, that's also good. All these values are given correct to three significant figures. And the third one, that is also good. And this one is 5.3 divided by 104. So 530. And this is all good. So now which has the largest value? So the largest value is this thing. That is 2030. That is Bahrain. That is the second one. So which country? That is Bahrain. Because the population density is 2030 people per kilometer square. And this value all are given correct to three significant figures. So we do the comparison based upon this. Question number 1 is completed. Question number 2. Now, question number 2 is about transformation. Triangle A and triangle B and line R are drawn on the grid. Write down the equation of line R. Line R is a vertical line. It's passing through 2. So x is equals to 2. Draw the image of triangle A after reflection in line R. So this is basic drawing. So let me label some other points. That is K, L, and M. So now, how far is K from the line? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 units left. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right. So this is basically 6, 4. That is K prime. So this is 6, 4 is K prime. Now focus on L. That's 1. That's a big one. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So therefore 1, 2, and 3. So this is L prime. And the third one, M is 2 units below L. So M prime should be 2 units below this thing. And let me join it with a ruler like this. So let me make it thinner. Okay, because of this line, it will like this thing, this thing, this thing. So now let me join it, something like this. That is the reflection of A. So we can call it A prime. That's these two parts done. Describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto B. So this A onto B, definitely it looks like a 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. That is for sure. So let me first write it's a 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. Use full words, complete words. About which point, that is what we have to write. Now look at M. M is -1, 2. And this one, M double prime, that is -2, -1. So this is -2, -1. That means coordinates flip and new x coordinate changes sign. And that can happen only if the center of rotation is the origin. So AB becoming BA and new x coordinate changes sign. So look over here. This -1, the x coordinate becomes the y coordinate. The y coordinate becomes the x coordinate. New x coordinate changes sign. It was positive, it became negative. So that only happens with this. So there is no addition, subtraction in the coordinates. Therefore, it's about the origin. Question number 3. Now it says the equation of a line is this much. Find the gradient of the line. Now, first of all, we have to write in the proper format. That is y is equals to 1/4 x minus 5/4. Then we compare it with y is equals to mx plus c. So therefore, the gradient, that is m equals to 1/4. Find the coordinates of the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So if it crosses y-axis, x coordinate is 0. So y is equals to 0 minus 5/4. Therefore, this is 0 and negative 5/4. That is the answer for this particular part. Now, what else is there? Now it says A is the point, B is the point. Find the length of the line segment AB. They should have written line AB means line segment AB. It's part of a line. So therefore, A is 4, 5. B is negative 2, 8. AB is 4 minus 2 whole square. This is 5 minus 8 whole square root. So 6 square is 36. And this is negative 3 square is 3 square, which is 9. 36 plus 9 is 45. So square root of 45, that is one answer that you can write. So square root of 45 is the exact answer. And I think that is perfect. But if you want to write in the decimal form, that's also good. So therefore, this is 6.708. So therefore, we can write 6.71 correct to 3 significant figures. So I've written both the answers. It's not contradictory to write in the exact form and as well as the decimal form. Find the equation of line AB, give your answer in this form. So gradient of AB, that is 5 minus 8 over 4 minus 2. Change in y over change in x. 5 minus 8, negative 3. 4 minus 2, 6. That comes out to be negative half. Write this thing, y is equals to negative half x plus c. Plug in any point. There is 4, 5. I'll plug in 4, 5. So y is 5. Negative half. X is 4 plus c. Half of 4 is 2. Negative 2 plus c. Therefore, c comes out to be 7. So we have the value of c. We have negative half. So y is equals to negative half x plus 7. That is the answer. Sequences. Number pattern. These are the first 5 terms of a sequence. Find the next term of the sequence. So what we do, there is an addition of plus 7. And then again, there is a 7. And then there is a 7. So it's a linear sequence. So this is called a linear sequence. And it's also known as the arithmetic progression, arithmetic sequence. So the next one comes out to be 40. So first thing, I'll write 40 over here. Find an expression for the nth term. First term is 5. Common difference is the value by which it's increasing, that is 7. And the formula is Tn plus A plus n minus 1 into D. That is 5 plus n minus 1 into 7. This is 5 plus 7n minus 7. This is 7n minus 2. That is Tn. That's the nth term. Now it says Tk and Tk plus 1 are the 2 consecutive terms of the sequence. The sum of these 2 terms is 703. Find the value of k. So Tk will be written as 7k minus 2. When we have n over here, n is written. If I have t subscript k plus 1, that will be 7k plus 1 minus 2, which is 7k plus 7 minus 2, which is 7k plus 5. So the sum of these 2 terms is 703. So this is tk. This is tk plus 1, 7k minus 2. 7k plus 5 is equals to 703. Negative 2 plus 5 is plus 3. 703. 7k, that is 14k. Plus 3 is 703. 14k is 700. K is 700 over 14. That's a nice number, which is 50. That means the 50th term, T50 and T51st of the sequence, they add up to 703. That is what is required over here. Now, part B. Again, this thing is there. And now this is what we have learned in class and in the workshop. That is the quadratic sequence. So the quadratic sequence is of the form Tn is equals to an square plus bn plus c. We have written it like this. So over here, officially, this is written like this, Tn square plus bn plus c. But over here, they have written this thing as but different in a different style, Tn is n square plus an plus b. So it doesn't make a difference whether instead of a, they have written 1, instead of b, they have written a, instead of c, they have written b. The logic is the same. But now they are making you work it out. They are saying the first term of the sequence is 3. That means when n is 1, T1 is n square, n is 1, right? So this is 1 square plus an, that's a into 1 plus b, that is 1 plus a plus b, and this equals to 3. So let me write the first equation. 1 plus a plus b is equals to 3. A plus b equals to 2. This is equation 1. The third term of the sequence is 19. So n is 3. T3 is 3 square. A times 3 plus b. That is 9 plus 3a plus b. This equals to 19. Make the second equation. 3a plus b plus 9 is 19. 3a plus b is equals to 10. That is the second equation. So now the first equation is here. The second equation is over here. Add these two by multiplying by negative sign. So 3a plus b is equals to 10. And negative a, negative b equals to negative 2. When I add it up, what do I get? 2a is equals to 8. A comes out to be 4. And we know that a plus b is equals to 2. So a plus b is equals to 2. 4 plus b equals to 2. Therefore, b is negative 2. Therefore, the Tn is what? N square plus an plus b. That is n square plus 4n minus 2. That is the Tn. Are they asking for the Tn? They're asking for the sixth term. So we need to get this formula. Then the sixth term is 6 square. 4 into 6 minus 2. This is 36. This is 24 minus 2. 36 plus 24, 60. 60 minus 2 is 58. So therefore, the sixth term is 58. That is the answer. So a very beautiful question. All you have to do is to have a presence of mind in order to solve this particular question. So now 4 questions are done. Let me just look at if there is any question. How many marks do we need to get A star in maths P2? And can you give some tips on how to solve the paper and manage the time? Yes, I'll be giving that a little bit in a little time, as well as in my workshop tomorrow. And also I have given it in the classes before that. So let me first, the recording is still on. Let me share a document over here. That is for the November exam. Mark scheme. We have talked about the mark schemes before, not the mark scheme, the examiner report. So let me first get hold of it. And it should be either it's in this one or it must be over here. Let me just double check. So if I just keep on going, the mark scheme, no, the examiner report for this one is not here. Let me go to this. That is the other examiner report, 4024 maths. This thing, exam report, and this is of, so I have this thing and it must be in this one also. We have for June. Okay. So over here, once I'm done, these papers, they all have the same thing. The students make the same mistake. History repeats itself. So I'll go over this once we are done. So let me just bookmark this page. And let's move on. So now we were doing this particular question, question number 5. So now read the question first. The question says, this is part of a bus timetable. There is town square, railway station, business park, airport. There are buses leaving the town square at different times, and then the railway station at different times. So this is just like a normal bus schedule, as you would have a train schedule or an airport schedule, something like that. Now it says, work out how long the bus takes to get from the town square to the business park. So now it's the same time. So just choose any two values. One for town square. Let me choose this earliest one. And the business park, that is 760. So they are asking how long. That means I need the answer in minutes. So therefore, this comes out to be 46 minutes. That is the first part. Now it says Tom arrives at the railway station at 7:12. So if Tom arrives at the railway station at 7:12, that means he cannot catch this bus or this bus. So he has to check in the other one. That is the 7:28 one. He gets on the next bus to the airport. So this is the same bus that is going to the airport, and he is at the railway station. Find the time he arrives at the airport. So if he is on this bus, he arrives at the airport at 8:15. So now the next answer is 8:15. They are not asking that how much time does it take. They are asking what is the time of arrival. So that time of arrival is 8:15 because he starts at 7:28. The rest of the time, like 14 minutes, he has to wait at the railway station. 160 workers at the business park are asked the time in minutes for the journeys to work. The results are shown in the CF diagram. So that's a cumulative frequency diagram. It's starting at 0. It's ending at 100 minutes. There are a total of 160 people. The curve ends at exactly 160. Use your diagram to estimate the number of workers whose journey took less than 30 minutes. So less is good, because cumulative frequency is based upon upper class boundary. It's based upon the concept of less than. And the interquartile range, that means I need the lower quartile, I need the upper quartile, and then the interquartile range is upper quartile minus lower quartile. So this is the working that needs to be done. And then the percentage of worker whose journey took longer than 1 hour. So we will first find took lesser than or equal to 1 hour, that is 60 minutes. We will get a value, we will subtract it from 160 and do the percentage thing. So let me first do these parts together. So first of all, took less than 30 minutes. So let me grab a green marker. Let me grab the edge, the straight edge, and let me make it bigger. And from 30, if I draw a line just like this, touch the graph, go left, and that's how I read this value. So now this value is what? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares between 40 and 60. That means each square, a small square, is worth 4 units. So 44, 48, 52, 56. So therefore, this answer comes out to be 56. So the examiner might give a range of values. Some might have gotten it as 55, some might have gotten it as 57 or something like that. The ruler, the pencil should be thin. Interquartile range, so lower quartile corresponds to 25% of cumulative frequency, and then read the value. Upper quartile corresponds to 75% of cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency is 160.
Recording in progress.
So now let's continue. So we were on this question, and now we are interested in finding the interquartile range. So we need to find the upper quartile and the lower quartile. Lower quartile is rate for 40, 25% of CF, and 75% of CF is 120. So let me go to the diagram again. let me choose a blue marker this time, and a straight edge. And this line in reality is drawn dotted. So if I read of this value, that is for the lower quartile. Upper quartile is actually it's minutes. So we are going the other way, not this one. That is 40 right over here. Touch this graph, read of this value. So now we are going in this direction. Previously, we were going from time to cumulative frequency. Now we are going from cumulative frequency to time. So this value, how much is that? This is 20 till 30, and this 24. So the lower quartile is coming out to be 24. And let's look at the upper quartile. So upper quartile is for 120. So I'm going this way. Touch the graph. And then this value. So this value. So this is for upper quartile. This is for lower quartile. And this value is 54. So that was 24. This is 54. So therefore, 54 minus 24, that is an exact 30. So you get the answer for interquartile range. Let me just check everything. So the voice is on, the recording is on, the sharing is on. That's all good. Now, let me look at the next question. That is Chen's journey to work. Why don't you first go through this question? Just read it. And over here, the question says, Chen's journey to work is a distance of 37 kilometers to the nearest kilometer. Now, this is a question about upper bound, lower bound, and this is to the nearest kilometer. His journey on Monday takes 43 minutes, correct to the nearest minute. So first of all, 37 kilometer to the nearest kilometer, 37. The lower bound is 36.5 and the upper bound is 37.5. When we talk about the minutes, the 43, the lower bound is 42.5 and the upper bound is 43.5. Now it says calculate the lower bound for the average speed for this journey. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. So this is kilometers. This is minutes. We will convert minutes to hours once we have decided on which value to use. So now over here, if I want the lower bound for this average speed, so average speed is distance over time. If I need the lower bound for this, I should have the lower bound for distance and upper bound for time. That's the rule. So distance lower bound is 36.5 and time upper bound is 43.5. But all you have to do is to divide by 60 to convert it into hours. That's the only thing that needs to be done. So when we do the division, this answer comes out to be 50.34 rounded off. That is 50.3, correct to 3 significant figures. So that is the working for this particular part. Now question number 6. Let me just have a look. No, there are no questions as such. Now the question says, ABCD is a rectangle with an area of 30 centimeters square. So this big thing has an area of 30. AB is X. So now this length, let me just mark it. This AB is X. And what is this? That is BC. Write down an expression in terms of, for BC in terms of X. So first of all, this thing is X and this thing is BC. So the area is x into BC. X is 30. Area is 30. This is x. This is BC. Therefore, make BC the subject. That's 30 over x. You can write it directly also. So let me write over here 30 over x. Show that the shaded area is given by such and such. Now, the shaded area, the very first thing that strikes our mind is that maybe we have to find the area of this whole figure and then find the area of this and then subtract, we get this answer. There is no such need. There is no need as such. Now, this thing over here, I can divide into two regions. This is region 1. This whole thing is region 2. Now, what else is 2? AE and CG is 2. So AE is 2. And CG is 2. And this much over here, this whole thing is x. Therefore, this green one, let me highlight this. This green one, that is x minus 2. So now we have x minus 2. We have this thing that is 2. We have this thing that is 2. That thing is there. And then we have this reddish thing that is like this. This whole thing is like that. So basically, I have made two rectangles. The first rectangle has an area 2 into x minus 2. The second rectangle has an area which is 2 into this whole thing. This whole thing is BC, that is 30 over x. So let me write 30 over x over here. So now this is area equals to 2 into x minus 2 plus 30 over x multiplying with 2. So this is 2x minus 4 plus 60 over x. That is 2x plus 60 over x minus 4. And yes, that is the area. So some basic mensuration, 2D mensuration is over here. Something very, very basic. Now it says complete the table for this thing. Use your answer correct to 1 dp. Now, first thing, we have to plug in 14. So y is equals to 2 into 14, 60 over 14 minus 4. Use a calculator, and then this 1 decimal place value comes out to be 28.3. Draw a graph of this. That is 2 and 30, 3 and 22. So 2 and 30, that is this thing. 3 and 22, that is this thing. It's a nice scale. 4 and 19. So 4 and 19, that is 1, 2, this one is like this. 6 and 18. 6 and 18 is over here. 8 and 19.5. 8 and 19.5 is something here. 10 and 22 is like over here. 12, 25, 12 and 24 and 25, and 14 is 28.3. So a little above 28. So now let me mark these with crosses like this so that it becomes more visible. And then let's join it using a thick line. Different color. So I've drawn it in one single shot. The shaded area is 24. Now, by the way, what is y? Y is the shaded area. So this is y equals to this, y equals to this, y equals to this. And what is x? X is the dimension. Now, AB is x. So AB, the whole thing is x. Now it says that the length of AB is less than the length of BC. So there is AB, and BC is 30 over X. So we have to decide later on. AB is X. Just hold for a second. So AB is X and BC is 30 over X. Use your graph to find the dimensions of the rectangle ABCD. So now over here, let me draw this as Y. So let me draw the line Y is equals to 24. So let me draw a green line, ruler, and let me make it a bit thinner. So this is the line Y is equals to 24, because we need to see what are the values of X at which the area is 24. So now one of the intersecting point is this thing. The other one is this thing. And it's not very exact. So I think this is 2 and then 0.2. So let me take 2.5. So I'm choosing this value to be 2.5. And the other value is over here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 11. And this is 11.4. So 2.5 and 11.4. So X is 2.5. X is 11.4. Now the issue is which one is which? So if I choose AB to be 2.5, then BC will be 30 over 2.5. So that is 12. If I choose AB to be 11.4, therefore BC should be 30 over 11.4. So let me divide. So this is 30 divided by 11.4. This comes out to be 2.63. But the question says the length of AB is X, is lesser than length of BC. So this is 2.5, this is 12. So we will choose this, that is 2.5 and 12. So that is the dimension of that particular rectangle. Question number 7, that is about basic algebra. So let's get started with this. 7a minus b. And let me just choose a marker. 7a minus 2a, that is 5a, minus 4b plus b, that is minus 3b. So that is the first thing, that is 5a minus 3b. Expand and simplify. 3 into 2, 6x. 3 into negative 3, negative 9. 5x plus 10. 6 plus 5, 11x. And 10 minus 9 is 1. So that is 11x plus 1. Let me again check my recording and everything. It's going good. And yes, it's all going good. Now, we have to solve this equation. Show all your working. Giving your answer correct to 2 dp. That means definitely it's a question of quadratic formula. So now A is 6. That's the coefficient of x squared. B is negative 2. C is negative 9. Let me first evaluate b squared minus 4ac. That is minus 2 whole square minus 4 into 6 into minus 9. This is 4. This will become positive. So I'm looking at my calculator. That is 24 into 9. That is 216. And this comes out to be 220. So x is equals to minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac, the whole thing over 2a. You have to show all the working. That is minus minus 2 plus minus square root of 220. That's already done. Let me write it properly so that the examiner is not confused. Divided by 2 times 6. That is 2 plus minus. So we have 220. And hold for a second, that's 220 in square root, that's 14.83. 14.83, I'm working in 4 significant figures, divided by 12. So either or, 2 minus 14.83 over 12, and 2 plus 14.83 divided by 12. So I'm getting one negative answer, one positive answer. I'll write it off. So therefore, the negative 1 is coming out to be negative 1.07, correct to 2 dp, and this one is 1.40, correct to 2 dp. So that is the working that needs to be shown. Again, the algebra question is over here. Write as a single fraction in its simplest form. So x over 4, change the division to multiplication into y over 2. So xy over 8, that is the answer. Next one. This thing, simplification. X minus 5, 2x plus 1, 3 into 2x plus 1 minus 7 into x minus 5. So this is 6x plus 3. And this is negative 7x, and 7 into 5 is 35, divided by x minus 5, 2x plus 1. 6x minus 7x, that is negative x, and 35 plus 3 is 38 over x minus 5, 2x plus 1. Let me write it properly. This is x minus 5, and this is 2x plus 1. So therefore, 38 minus x, x minus 5, and this is 2x plus 1. No need to multiply out the denominator. Something like that. Question number 8. Now the question says, a group of 40 children are asked how many books they read last month. The table shows the result. So now we have the number of books, and this is the corresponding frequency. Write down the mode. Which one is the highest frequency? So highest frequency is 11. Therefore, the mode is the number corresponding to that. That is, 1 is the number of books that people have read the most. One book, that is the winner. So we write 1 over here. Then it says find the median. How many books are there? How many children are there? 40. So 40 divided by 2 is 20. Take the 20th value and take the 21st value. And basically, you have to take the average. So 7 plus 11, that's 18. 18 plus 9 is 27. So that means up till 27 values are over here. That means the 20th value is also 2. The 21st value is also 2. So the average is also 2. Therefore, the median is 2. That is the working. Then we have the mean, which is x bar. That is sigma fx over sigma f. So take the x value, that's right over here, multiply with f, 0, 7, 1, 11. Let me first write it down, 0, 7, 1, 11. And then 2, 9, 3, 5. This is 2, 9, 3, 5. And then this is 4, 6, 5, 2. This is 4, 6, and then 5, 2. So 0 into 7, 1 into 11, 2 into 9, 3 into 5, 4 into 6, 5 into 2, add them all up. That is sigma, summation, divided by how many they are. Altogether, they are 40. So let's put a big bracket and let me write 40 on the side over here. And this value comes out to be 1.95. That is the value for the mean. So this was about basic stats. Now we start with the part related with probability. It says one of the 40 children is chosen at random. Find the probability this child read 4 or more books. The key word over here is at least. So at least 4 books, that is either 4 or 5. What is the frequency? 6 plus 2, that is 8. So the answer is 8 over 40. But since they are asking us to write in the simplest form, therefore I'll write this thing as 1 over 5. That is a fraction in its simplest form. The next part. There are 10 books on a shelf. 7 books are fiction, and then there are 3 are non-fiction. The first part, that the Sanjay takes a book from the shelf at random, looks at it and replaces it. And then he then takes another book from the shelf and looks at it and replaces it. Find the probability one book is fiction and the other book is non-fiction. So fiction, let me write it as F. Non-fiction, it's N. So it could be F in, or the order could change. It could be in F. So first of all, the denominator, that is 10. The next denominator is also 10. How many fiction books are there? 7. How many non? That is 3. And either I can write the same fraction again, or I can multiply it by 2. That's your choice. So let me write it again, just to develop that clarity. So now 7, and then over here, it's 3. So it's either this or this. 7 into 3, 21. 21. That comes out to be 42 over 100. In this particular question, they're not asking us to reduce it, so we can leave the answer as it is. Or if we want, we can reduce it also. So both are perfectly acceptable. And then this person, Mona, takes 3 of the books, 3 of the 10 books from the shelf at random without replacement. Find the probability that only one of the books she takes is fiction. So one of them is fiction. The other 2 are non-fiction. Now, first of all, let me again focus on the denominator. That is 10, then 9, and then 8. Now for fiction, I'll write 7. For non-fiction, I'll write 3, and then 3 reduces to 2. And there are 3 ways of arranging it. Why? Because let me write it down. F and N, F in the middle, F at the end. So this is N, F, N, or N, N, F. So these are the 3 things that I have written it down. So instead of writing it 3 times, it's better that you write it once and multiply by 3. Now do some cancellation. This 3, let me just focus on this. This 3, and this 9, it gets cancelled. And then over here, this 2 and this 8 gets cancelled. So this is 2 1s are, 2 4s are. So 4 and 10 is 47 at the top. So 7 over 40, that is the answer over here. So this question is done. Now we are on question number 9, and it's 3:23, and there was a small break of like approximately 7-10 minutes. So let me just look at the timing. So we started at 2:25. So let me write it down. So 2:25, and then this is 3:25. And then there was a break of, let's say, 10 minutes or so. So basically, in 50 minutes, we have solved 8 questions. Question 1 till question 8. So this is what we have solved so far. And then we were looking at the mark scheme and something like that. So now let me first open up the question. And let me just pause the recording for a second.
Recording in progress.
So now let's continue with question number 9. And after a 50-minute period, now we are starting at, let's say, 3:27. So from question 9 onwards. Now the question says, the diagram shows a triangular prism. So that is the face. And that face goes all the way at the end. AB is 6 centimeter. Angle BAC is 55 degrees. Length of the prism is 20. Area of triangle ABC, that is this area, that comes out to be 34.4. Calculate the volume of the prism. Let me read the whole question first. Give the units of your answer. So this answer is for units. Naturally, that will be in centimeter cube. Show that AC is this. So AC is this. We have 2 length and an angle and the area. So we'll be able to find the length of AC. Calculate the surface area of the prism. How many surfaces are there? There is this front, which is the same as the back. So there is no calculation as such. Now we have the 6 multiplying with this 20, that is this rectangle. And then we have this sloping thing, that is BC into 20. And then we have this AC into 20. So there is AB and AC and BC multiplying with 20. So that's the 3 rectangles. And then there is the front and the back. So that's the thing that needs to be done. And then this is totally different thing. So now, first of all, let me put some color into the question. This is AB. This is AC. And the green one, that is BC. And this purplish one, that is the length, like this. Now, first of all, what I do is that I need the volume. So first of all, the volume of the prism is cross-sectional area multiplied with the length of the prism. So this is 34.4, that's given right over here, into 20. So 344 into 20, that is 688 centimeter cube. That is the answer for this particular part. Now the next part. The next part is that show that AC is this much. So let me use the area of a triangle formula. Area is half AB sine C. So this is 34.4. Let me write 4 properly. This is 34.4, that is half. One of the side is the orange side, that is this, which is AB, which is 6. That's right over here. And the other side is AC, that is in blue color. So AC is in blue color. And multiplying with sine of C. So just let me write the C over here, that is sine of 55 degrees. So now when we make AC the subject, that's 2 into 34.4 divided by 6, or we can get, okay, any which way. I would have simplified 6 over 2 as 3. So divided by this thing, 6 into sine of 55 degrees, that is AC. So therefore, AC comes out to be 13.998. 13.998. But AC is 14.0, correct to 3 significant figures. If I want to use it in further calculation, so for further calculation, use unrounded value. So this is again from the examiner's perspective. At least 4 SF, if not more. Calculate the surface area of the prism. So basically, the surface area of the prism is AB into 20. So that is AB into something. Then it's BC, then it's AC into something. Then it's AC into something. Then we have the green one, BC into something. And then we have 2 triangles, ABC twice. So this is 2 times triangle ABC. So that's the front and the back. And these are 3 walls. Wall 1, wall 2, and this is wall 3. These are 3 walls over here. Now we have AB. Do we have AB? Yes, we have AB as 6 and the length is 20. So this length is 20 and this is 20 and this is 20 and then a plus sign and then a plus sign, and this is surface area of the prism. Now, do we have AB? Yes, we have AB. So AB is 6 into 20. Do we have AC? Yes, 13.998 into 20. You can take common out and multiply it comfortably later. BC, this is unknown, into 20. And 2 times the triangle, that is 34.4. That should give me the answer. Now, how can we find BC? We can find BC using cosine rule. So BC square is equals to 6 square, 13.998 square minus 2 times, big bracket, 6 times 13.998, and this is cosine of 55 degrees. So therefore, this comes out to be 135.59. That is BC square. Therefore, BC is 11.644. So this is according to cosine rule. This is the working for A part 3. So this is A part 3. I've done this working upstairs. So therefore, this is 11.664. Now, if you want to reduce your working, take this 20, take this 20, take this 20 common out and add these 3. And this thing is already there. And therefore, this comes out to be 701.6. That's also given. 701.8 is also given. They both are given in the mark scheme. The final answer in both cases comes out to be 702. So therefore, this is 702 that I get. Now, part B. Now, part B, it says the diagram shows a cuboid with a square base. So there is a square base at the bottom. And the height of the cuboid is 8. That's over here. The volume of the cuboid is 98. Calculate PQ. So let me draw some lines at the bottom. So there is this thing, this and this. These two have the same dimension. It does not look that way, but we are not doing it by any measurement. So this is X and this is X. That's right over here. And the third dimension that we have, that is this thing, which is this thing. And let me draw some more lines. One line at the bottom like this. And let me draw a purple line like this. Now, what do I see? First of all, on the ground floor, I see X, X, and a green line. So let me first draw this. So let me draw this thing as X, this thing as X, and this thing as the green line. And then I see a green and a blue. So I see a green and then a blue. And then a purple one. Now, these diagrams are very, very necessary for you to draw. So first of all, let me say that the volume of this prism, that is X into 8. Volume is 98. That is X square into 8. So therefore, the value of X comes out to be, after the square root, 3.5 centimeter. Now, this is 3.5, this is 3.5, this is 90. And then this green line, let me label the small one as D. So this D over here. So therefore, D square is equals to 3.5 square plus 3.5 square. That comes out to be 24.5. Therefore, D is square root of 24.5. Just leave the answer as it is for right now, because I have to use Pythagoras theorem again. Now we are focusing on this. This one is the height. This D is now the base. And this H, let me call this PQ, that is the hypotenuse. So this is P, this is Q. D is known, that is square root of 24.5. Preserving the accuracy, this is 8. So therefore, PQ square is equals to 8 square plus square root of 24.5 square root square. So this is 64 plus 24.5, that is PQ square. Therefore, how much is PQ? PQ comes out to be 9.407. So now we have obtained this particular value, which is 9.407, but it's not written correct to 3 significant figures. So let me write this thing as 9.41 centimeters and that's how we calculate this thing. So now let's move to question number 10. The diagram shows a circle center O with diameters AC and BD. So let me highlight a few things. First thing, AC is a diameter. In other words, OA is the radius and OC is the radius. Similarly, BD is the diameter. That means OD is the radius, OB is the radius. So let me mark this thing in 4 different colors so that things are very obvious. This is one color. And then we have this thing, the blue color. And then we have this thing in the green color. And then we have this thing that is the purple color. So now we have 4 radii. And then it says, show that the triangle OAB. So which is the triangle OAB? This is O till A till B. This triangle is congruent to this triangle, which is ODC. Give a reason for each statement you make, and this is for 3 marks. Now, the very first thing that I observe is that I have this angle, which is AOB and DOC. They are exactly the same. So AOB, this equals to DOC. Why are they same? Because these are 2 straight lines, and therefore these angles formed are vertically opposite angles. Write everything clearly in words. That's the first thing. Now, if I compare one triangle to the other, so let me say that this length and this length is the same. So therefore, OA and OD is the same. So OA equals to OD. Similarly, these two are also the same. OB equals to OC. OB equals to OC. What is the reasoning? That means they are radii. The same as the reasoning over here. Plural of radius is radii. So we have an angle, a side, and this angle is in the middle. So side, angle, side. On this basis, we should say that triangle OAB is congruent to triangle, which is ODC. So this is the symbol that I've used for triangle. Looks like A. So let me write it properly. Triangle OAB and triangle ODC, they are exactly congruent. Now the next part. The diameter of the circle is 10 and AB is 9. So let me go over here. The diameter of the circle is 10. That means the radius is 5 and AB comes out to be 9. So what is it asking for? Calculate the difference between the circumference of the circle and the perimeter of the shaded shape. So the perimeter of the shaded shape is what? That is made up of these things. So let me highlight it. So let me use a color which I have not used before. So something like this. I need this thing. So this color over here, I need this. That is AB. So AB is exactly the same because of congruency as DC. And similarly, if I focus on this green side, these two lengths, arc length actually, which also should exactly be the same. So I need this angle, let me call it beta. I need this angle, let me call it beta. This is theta, this is theta. Now also remember, theta plus beta adds up to 180 degrees. Keep that in mind. So now if I do the calculation, I'll apply cosine rule. So I have 2 sides, that is 5 and 5, and this is 9. So let me use cosine rule to find theta. So therefore, I'll write over here, 9 square is equals to 5 square plus 5 square minus 2 into 5 into 5 into cosine of theta. So let me just write a multiplication sign over here and then cosine of theta. So this is 81, this is 25, this is 25, 5 into 5 is 25 into 2, that is 50 cosine of theta. 81 minus 25 and 25, that is 50, divided by negative 50 is cosine of theta. 81 minus 50, That comes out to be 31. So therefore, cosine of theta is negative 31 over 50. Now keep in mind, cosine is the obtuse angle. And theta plus beta adds up to 180. So now there is a rule which says cosine of 180 minus theta is negative cosine theta. That means if theta is obtuse and 180 minus theta is acute, or otherwise, one of the angle, the cosine is negative for this, the cosine is positive for it, and we can make them equal by multiplying one of them by a negative sign. Now we can see that theta is negative. That means beta is positive. So therefore, I can simply write the statement as this. Therefore, cosine of beta is plus 31 over 50. Or you can find theta and then subtract it from 180. That's your choice. I have worked out this way. So therefore, beta is coming out to be 51.683 degrees. That is the answer. Now, what should we do? We should use the arc length based upon, we should calculate the arc length based upon this angle and this radius. And this arc length and this arc length will be the same, and then we'll add it to 9 and 9. So therefore, arc length and the name of the arc length that I need to look at, that is AD. Arc length, AD and BC is the same. So therefore, we have arc length BD is the same thing as arc length AC. So arc length BD, that is 51.683 degrees divided by 360 degrees into 2 into 3.142, that is pi into R. R is 5. So when we do this calculation, this comes out to be 4.511. That is equals to arc length AC. Therefore, the perimeter of the shaded region, that is 2 times arc length, or let me write it separately, arc length BC, arc length AC. We also have AB at the top. We also have DC at the bottom. So now what do we have? This is this thing, which is 4.511 plus 4.511 plus this thing AB and DC, that is 9 and 9. So therefore, if I add it all up, therefore the perimeter of the shaded region is coming out to be 27.022. Finalize the accuracy at the very end, not in the intermediate steps. And then we want the circumference of the circle. So therefore, circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, that is 2 into 3.142. Use the 4 significant figure value, that is 3.142. That's the best value rather than the calculated value. And what is r? R is 5. So that comes out to be 31.42 centimeters. And finally, we are looking for the difference, that is 31.42 minus 27.022. And this comes out to be 4.398, which should be written as 4.40 centimeters, correct to 3 significant figures. So that is the working that needs to be done. Don't forget to fill in the blank, these spaces, because that's the working. That's where it's supposed to go. And that completes this particular paper. Till the next class, take care.